Hi, my name is Father Jim Forson, and I'd like to share with you some reflections on the gospel of this 30th Sunday in Ordinary Time. You know, the gospel is a parable that we've all heard, we all know. It's the story of the Pharisee and the tax collector together in the temple. And I've read that story so many times, but this past week when I was reading it, there was one line in the gospel that I just had never noticed before. Let me read it to you. As we know, the story is the Pharisee and the tax collector come to the temple together to pray. The Pharisee took up his position and spoke this prayer to himself. "O God, I thank you that I am not like the rest of humanity, greedy, dishonest, adulterous, or even like this tax collector." Now, did you hear that one line where he says, he spoke this prayer to himself? I mean, isn't that incredible? He's praying to himself. He's not praying to God. And if you're praying to yourself, well, what then does that make you? God. I think that all of us would like to imagine that we're not like that Pharisee, that we don't pray to ourselves as if we are God. But the truth is, we all have prayed that prayer. We all have, at one point in time or another, said, "Oh God, I thank you for not making me like those idiot Democrats. Oh my God, what's wrong with those people? Oh dear Jesus, I thank you for not letting me be like those Republicans. What have they got their head in the sand? Don't they see what's happening? Oh, dear Lord, I thank you for not making me be like those neighbors who are so insensitive. Dear Lord, I thank you that I am not like Uncle Charlie and Aunt Alice. Oh my God, I can't take them anymore. I can't. Go over to the house and it's merciless." We've all prayed that prayer to ourselves. We've all been that Pharisee. And were we to find ourselves in the synagogue like that Pharisee, to look across the synagogue and see the tax collector, we would see another sinner. Because, make no mistake about it, that tax collector was a sinner and a public one. Tax collectors got their positions because they promised the Roman Empire that they could gouge more money out of people than anybody else. And they did. And they would gouge money out of the rich and out of the poor. No wonder people couldn't stand them. They were betraying their own people, a fellow Jew doing that to his own Jewish people. He was a sinner, and he knew it, which is why he was in the back of the temple, beating his breast, and couldn't even lift his eyes up, and just said, "Have mercy on me, a miserable sinner." The big difference between these two sinners is that the one tax collector, he knew himself. He had no illusions about who he was. He knew that he had harmed people. He knew that he was a sinner. The Pharisee did not know himself at all. And you know, what's kind of a shame about this parable is a piece that's not in it. I would have loved it if that tax collector, as he was leaving the temple, could have heard the last words Jesus said in this parable. "I tell you, the latter went home justified," or in other words, righteous, or in other words, forgiven. That he was a true son of God, not because he wasn't a sinner, he was, but because he knew his sin and he begged God for mercy. Today, I pray that our prayer be that of the tax collector. And I pray that our prayer is, "Dear God, give me the grace to know myself, not by comparing myself to others, but rather just knowing myself as I am." I pray that our prayer be, "Forgive me, God, for the ways in which I have harmed others and the sins that I have done. And then I pray that we can hear from the lips of Jesus those words, I tell you, you are justified, you are righteous and forgiven, you are a true son and daughter of God.